radio at ESPN 105.9.
All set? Let's go.
The Zone.
Good morning. Welcome into the Out of Bounds Show. 105.9 The Zone, ESPN. Show is brought to you by Kessler Prime and the Renaissance. It's amazing steaks. Top-notch wine list and fantastic bourbon selection, including award-winning Elijah Craig bourbon, which you can find there, or Briarwood Wine and Spirits, or Lincoln Road Wine and Spirit Shop, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. We're going to Louisville, Kentucky next week to pick out an Elijah Craig barrel pick with the Briarwood Wine and Spirits crew, so that'll be fun. It's been a minute since last year, since I've been in Kentucky. You think Mark Stoops needs me? I think so. Before, fall, I don't know why we call it fall camp because it's dead summer heat, but before fall camp, I think Stoops needs to. But now Jeff Brom is in Louisville, and he's a much better coach than Mark Stoops. And Jeff Brom, God, you're talking about somebody who's had success with quarterbacks. Wow. And so, hey, maybe I should hit up Jeff Brom.
Jeffrey.
U of L, Louisville Cardinal. So I fly into Louisville next Tuesday.
Okay.
I may have to go to Jeff Ruby's. Phenomenal steakhouse up there. Louisville, Lexington, Cincinnati. I don't know where else they are. He's a trip on Twitter, by the way. I mean,
Mr.
he's got to
Ruby?
be in his 60s. Most people don't really know how to do that
Right.
at that age. He may be in his 70s, but, I mean, he has built an incredible restaurant group. But the Jeff Ruby's in Louisville is great, and the one in Lexington is great. I haven't been to the one in Cincinnati.
His latest tweet.
What did he say?
It's just got to do with Skyline Chili.
We've talked about that.
I know. Yeah. It's
Skyline Chili out of Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that was the first Jeff Ruby's steakhouse. I like the bar better in Lexington, to be honest with you. So it's kind of connected to the Marriott downtown.
Okay.
And the bar is kind of a half circle.
Oh, I like that.
It's
Little horseshoe deal.
Yeah, but not quite like, it's not quite like the Amerigo bar.
Right.
I mean, it's a lot bigger. Like I'm talking about as a half oval circle, whatever. It's I mean, it can seat like 30 people.
Dang. Okay. Yeah. That's a big bar.
Like,
Pretty sizable.
yeah, but it's cool. I don't know. I like the one in Louisville is cool, but the one in Lexington is better.
I'd call Mark Pope.
Now, I'd like to hang out with Mark.
I kind of would, man.
He's
gonna win.
He cleaned up this year.
He's gonna keep doing this. Like, he's good.
They have a roster in basketball. I mean, last year was a little bit of a transition year for him. They have a roster. Watch out. As good as Auburn and Florida and Bama and Tennessee were last year, start to finish.
Yeah.
And especially with Florida and Auburn making the Final Four and Florida winning it.
Right.
Todd Golden. Bruce can't quite get there, but, man, he's knocking on the door. Mark Pope loaded the boat roster-wise this year. They crushed it.
He's going to keep doing
The
it.
Cats are going to get after it. I mean, look, they got plenty of money.
Yeah. And they're dedicated
They
to
got
basketball.
alums that it took them just about 5 seconds. They figured it out, and they're ready to roll.
There's a great clip about DeMarcus Cousins talking about how Cal coached him. If he didn't have the select language he used, I would definitely play it, but it's every other word. But it's pretty humorous talking about how Cal promised him to be able to bring the ball down in his recruiting pitch. He said, yeah, we'll let you bring the ball down. You can dribble it a little bit. Yeah, the one time he tried that, he got rang up.
Did he
said,
really?
that is John Wall. You give the ball to John Wall.
That's so funny.
Said, I have the best point guard in the nation. I do not need you carrying the ball.
Well, when John Wall was in college, he was unbelievable.
Yeah, it wasn't even right. Wasn't fair.
Yeah.
And to be fair, Boogie.
And Cal had just come off having Derrick Rose at Memphis. Derrick Rose, when I saw him play live in Little Rock against Mississippi State and Jamont Gordon.
Yeah, Jamont.
And Charles Rhodes. Yep. But Rose, let's see. I went to the Final Four in the 80s as a kid. Who was the best player in that tournament? Believe it or not, Bobby Knight didn't really. I mean, he had Steve Alford, Keith Smart, but those weren't. I mean, Alford, I think, hung around the NBA for a second.
A little while.
UNLV probably had, Ronnie Cycli and Sherman Douglas, but again, not premier. Good players, don't get me wrong.
Hey, Rose.
Billy D was under Pitino. Billy Donovan was on Pitino's team then. Wow. UNLV, I can't remember who their best player was because later it would be, they had Augman, Larry Johnson, Greg Anthony when they won it, but I don't know who they had in 87 and who they had in 90 when they won it. But so who's the best player I've ever? Oh, well, Chris Jackson, Derrick Rose. Wilkes and I saw Duke and North Carolina play in the Final Four and Kansas and Nova. It's rare you get 4 blue bloods.
Right.
That was a few years ago in New Orleans. Yeah, I had to go back and look and see who the best player on the court was that night between North Carolina, Duke, Kansas, and Nova. There were great players left and right.
Yeah.
The level of basketball that was being played on that court was insane, both coaching, fundamentals, and talent. But back to Calipari and DeMarcus Cousins, that's funny that he promised him to take it, to let him, take the ball off the floor a little bit. And then once he got to UK, he was like, no, get down on the post.
He took the ball down one time in a game. And to be fair, it's not like anything wrong happened. It was a fast break. He had the ball, and he dribbled it just fine. And he slammed it home. I think he even went through his legs on one of the dribbles. And Cal was not happy. Oh, he rang him up from the sidelines. Don't you ever do that again.
I love it. Cal's, they're going to do well at Arkansas, too. He's got enough money. I think what he said to Penny Hardaway in the offseason really resonated with me.
What's up?
I guess Penny's hosting a podcast now. I don't know who was, but it was Cal or Penny. I think it was Penny. Uh-huh. But they were talking about college basketball today, and I thought Cal, what he said really hit me, and he said, you only go after 7 or 8 players now. You put all your money.
Yeah.
You put all your money into like 7 players, maybe 8, and because you can't keep anybody else happy. So the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, you get 13 scholarships. 9 through 13's just about irrelevant.
Yeah.
You need some players to practice, so I get that, but the kid probably 8th isn't hanging around, but 9th and 10th definitely aren't hanging around because they're going to transfer. 11th and 12th are too, usually down at Arkansas and Mississippi State and Ole Miss and so on. But he said, look, man, the game has now come to going and getting 7 or 8 players.
Yeah, that's right. Load the boat.
And I don't think Pitino signed one high school kid.
Yeah, he said.
But I'm going to look.
Yeah.
At St. John's during the break.
He said he wasn't going to.
I think that. Pitino in the podcast a few months ago said basically that he was not going to sign a high school kid.
That's right.
Actually, they said if you could sign a 5-star high school kid or get a transfer, which one would you take?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And he said the transfer. He better hope he got some shooters. Chris Jans, too. We're live in the Bank Plus studio. Derrick Nix at 8:30. Will. Hey. Good morning. Welcome in. Derrick Nix, offensive coordinator at Auburn, will join us at 8:30 on the Farm Bureau Insurance Guest Line. Good morning to you. I'm your host, Bo Bounds, and thanks for listening to 105.9 The Zone ESPN. We'll have MRA football on Friday nights, Madison Ridgeland Academy football on Friday nights. They have a hell of a schedule. Good grief. Mississippi State football on Saturdays and New Orleans Saints football on Sunday. And the Saints have become popular. The feedback that we received is people, Ole Miss and Mississippi State fans driving home on Sunday, that 30 to 45 minutes driving in, which is great for us. You listen to the Saints game, even an hour, because this is a 50,000 watt FM. So, and we skew north. So, you can pick up 105.9 The Zone ESPN to Louisville, and then, of course, up 55 a good bit. But you can always stream the show on the Zone 1059.com or the Out of Bounds radio app. But feedback's been good the last couple of years on New Orleans Saints games on Sunday if you're moving around before you get in front of a TV, especially when you're coming in from Oxford and Starkville. So MRA football on Friday nights, Mississippi State football on Saturday, New Orleans Saints football on Sunday.
That's pretty
and then
good.
the Out of Bounds show on Monday morning at 7 a.m.
Boom.
Football's around the corner. High school football is I feel like it's like a few minutes away.
Pretty much.
And then you got exhibition games starting, Thursday? And then you have, whenever the first one is, I think this Thursday. From then on, you have football every week through the second week of February, which is a Super Bowl. And so it's on. You're excited. Many of you will be on your back porch, back patio, whatever kind of, entertainment room you have at your house. And then you'll be going to Hattiesburg and Oxford and Starkville. Well, I think people will go to Starkville. If Levy wins the first 4 games, which they should, then Tennessee will be packed.
Yes.
3-1, we'll see.
It'll be packed.
And
they'll pack it. For 3-1, yeah. I mean, you're still 3-1.
Okay.
Depends on who
All
the
right.
loss is, I guess. But
Okay.
I mean, you still got a shot.
And then, of course, Ole Miss is going to be packed every game.
Right.
Ole Miss actually goes away game 2 to Kentucky. So they host, I can't remember who they're playing, Georgia State. That'll be 70-0. And then they go on the road, which it shouldn't be a game, but it feels like it's going to be a game. I don't know. It's weird. Last year shouldn't have been a game, and Kentucky won. I mean, Mark Stoops can't even believe it.
No.
He wakes up every day going, the Ole Miss staff's 100 times better, and, they had 5 times more talent. But anyway, Ole Miss will be packed for all their home games. Then they come back home and play Arkansas.
I think Stoops is still waking up and laughing at the administration there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what idiots.
He's thanking Mitch Barnhart, the athletic director at Kentucky,
Fire
for
me.
giving him a $50 million deal.
Yeah, what you going to do, fire me?
Yeah.
Please be my guest.
Yeah.
I mean, he goes home with, what, 40? It's a little less than that now after the last year, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably around $40 million buyout. He and Brent Venables at Oklahoma. The two, it's funny, even smart people make,
really, really dumb decisions, I guess.
I mean, but then again, it's different than when you're the CEO of a company. That's your money.
Sure.
Mitch Barnhart, athletic director at Kentucky, and Joe Castiglione, athletic director at Oklahoma, are playing with OPM, other people's money.
Yeah.
So they bid against themselves and gave Brent Venables, Oklahoma's head coach, and Mark Stoops, Kentucky's head coach, $50 million deals guaranteed.
It's awesome. I mean, what are you doing?
I don't think either one of them are going to make it.
No.
I mean, long term. I know Stoops has been there a long time, and he took advantage of hey, more power to him. He took it. I mean, he's made great grandkids money because he'll walk away having made $100 million at Kentucky.
Jeez.
But because he's been there for ever.
That's right.
But he took advantage of an East that was just horrendous.
Right.
I mean, Florida was down, Tennessee was down, South Carolina was down, Vanderbilt was god awful, and Missouri was down. And Georgia was either good or really good once Kirby got it rolling. But he took advantage of the SEC East during that time. And then Mississippi State went through some, Mullen owned him, or Rich Brooks and him owned. Mullen owned Kentucky. And then once Mullen stepped down and Mississippi State made some incredible, just ungodly poor decisions in football left and right the last 10 years or 8 years. Then Stoops started turning the tide in that
Right.
series. But now they don't play. Ole Miss plays them. And I still can't believe he beat Ole Miss last year with their most talented team ever and their best coach ever. And that includes Freeze and Vaught. And Tuberville. I know Tuberville didn't stay long, but he was magnificent during the time that he was there. But Lane is just, when you look at the era and the, everything that's going on today, he's the best they've ever had. Of course, it's hard to compare generations. But Derrick Nix is going to join us coming up next. Former star running back at Southern Miss, rushed for 3,600 yards and 30 touchdowns before having a kidney disease. Derrick Nix was unbelievable at Southern Miss under Jeff Bauer, and then coached there for a couple of years, but then spent the last 15 at Ole Miss, and then he's going in year 2 at Auburn. Auburn paid him a fortune to lift him from Ole Miss and Kiffin. I want to say he's 1.5, 1.7 million a year. And so he's probably the best recruiter in the history of the state. One, because he was so good. Two, because he was here for so long.
Right.
But there's been some other phenomenal ones over the years. Rick Stansberry, Derrick Nix, Hugh Freeze.
But is he the only assistant coach that's up there like that?
I'll throw out a name that you've never heard of.
Sure.
That was incredible.
Hit me.
He was there for about 14 years. Jim Tompkins at Mississippi State. All he did was sign NFL players from the state of Georgia.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Have never heard that name.
Yes.
Say it one more time.
Jim Tompkins
Tompkins.
was a linebackers coach at Mississippi State. He was unbelievable. Greg Favors, Randy Thomas, Robert Bean, and the list goes on and on of absolute studs. Not just Georgia, but he went over there at a time in the 90s and just pulled players for days for Mississippi State. I mean, they had Georgia kids on that roster left and right that Georgia would overlook.
Yeah, so
and he'd bring them in.
Nice.
Never understood why they went away from that. I mean, it really, really worked for Cheryl. Jim Tompkins was unreal.
Yeah,
That's what Levy needs, a veteran. He needs a few. I mean, I know they added McIntyre and Rhodes as analysts, and again, I don't know how that looks. But if they'd have had their ducks in a row, with Levy being so green and young, they would have made sure that he put like some Mark Hudspeth type,
yes,
Jim Tompkins type, guys on the staff. And they didn't, and I don't know if it's too late or not. But anyway, Jim Tompkins was awesome. Awesome. Great guy, too. I mean, you're talking about a good human being. Golly.
in college football.
When I worked Cheryl's camps when I was in school, Jim Tompkins was always around. The nicest guy, one of the nicest men, that I've ever been around. Hell of a recruiter. Randy Thomas, Greg Favors, Robert Bean, and many, many more. Guy was insane. Speaking of a great recruiter and coach, Derrick Nix, former star running back, Southern Miss to the top, will join us. Coming up next, he's going in the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame this weekend. All right, good morning. Welcome in to the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone, brought to you by award-winning Dancing Rabbit Golf Club. Book your stay and play right now, PearlRiverResort.com. Our guests join us on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. This is ESPN 105.9 The Zone, and we're excited to welcome in former star running back at Southern Miss, Derrick Nix, who will be inducted into the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame this weekend with an unbelievable class, by the way. And, of course, Derrick went on to coach at Southern Miss, long time at Ole Miss, now at Auburn as Hugh Freeze's offensive coordinator, awesome coach and recruiter. And Derrick Nix joins us on the Out of Bounds Show. Derrick, congratulations. Good morning.
Good morning, man. Thank you so much. Thanks for the opportunity to get on and talk a little bit today.
Well, so where were you when you got the call from, I guess, whoever at the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame that said, "Hey, Derrick Nix, you're going into the Hall of Fame"?
I think I was. I can't remember if it was a Tuesday practice or a Wednesday practice last fall. Our SID here at Auburn came up at the practice. I think so. I got some great news for you, and I think they've been trying to reach you all day. And I want to let you know you've been inducted into the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame. And I called back over to the Hall of Fame to kind of confirm it. And you're talking about somebody excited and kind of not seeing it coming, and just thankful for the opportunity.
Yeah, you were an awesome player at Southern Miss, and I remember watching you play. And then you went on to coach here at Southern Miss and Ole Miss for a long time, and did an amazing job. Now at Auburn. So who was the lead recruiter? What Southern Miss coach was the lead recruiter on you? Because you grew up in Atala, Alabama. Is that right, Derrick?
That's correct. You know, it was kind of between really indirectly my brother, Tyrone Nix, and the running back coach at the time, Steve Buckley. You know, Steve Buckley, I think Tyrone kind of wanted to make sure it wasn't because of him being there as a coach that I came there. So he kind of handed the reins over to Coach Buckley. But, man, I had the recruitment for me there really was so indirect. I've been going there watching Brett Favre play when my brother was an athlete there. And after he graduated, I still followed up. And then I would be there in the summertime working out. And I went to basketball camp in Hattiesburg. And, you know, before I knew it, it had been ingrained in me that, you know what, it's probably what you're going to end up doing. Had some opportunity to go some other places, and ended up ultimately settling on Southern Miss.
Well, it worked out. So did Auburn and Bama recruit you?
Alabama did, really, probably throughout the whole calendar of my senior year. I got offered by them pretty early. It was more of a fullback / linebacker. Auburn kind of came in like right at the end and kind of made an offer to me. Really when recruitment had died. So I actually had an official visit set up to go to Alabama. And my dad, who just passed a month ago, he said, "Man, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, Derek, we're not going to Alabama." He said, "If you stand in the state of Alabama, it's Auburn." We were Auburn fans at the time, and he said, "We're not taking a trip to Alabama." So let me get that out of your head now.
All right, and so wow, so obviously Tyrone had played at Southern Miss and had a phenomenal career, as you just referenced, and Jeff Bauer was rolling during that time. So you go to Southern Miss, you had an unbelievable career, and then you had the kidney disease. Was that after your junior? Help me with the timeline, Derrick. How did that? Because you were unbelievable, averaged almost 5 yards a carry, 30 touchdowns, 3,600 yards on the ground. Great player. When did you find out you had the kidney disease?
It was you're correct, my junior year, in the year 2000. It's probably about game 4 or 5, I think. I got hurt against Memphis and never really recovered with a sprained ankle, and did some blood work about maybe 3 games later and found out I had a kidney problem or issue going on with my body retaining protein, and so I was shut down the rest of that year. Came back briefly for that spring of 2001, ultimately had a setback that summer, had a blood clot, and that was in my lungs, and ended up in the hospital most of that summer, and sat out the season of 2001. Came back the spring of 2002 and followed it up that season, and never really got back to 100%, but was able to at least go out and finish out my career there.
Okay, and you got a kidney transplant from your brother Marcus, is that right?
That's right. In the summer of 2003, I think that June, I think I was on dialysis for about 6 or 7 months, and
Wow.
it was so funny, man. I played my final game, senior day, against East Carolina. Probably had 130 yards, scored a touchdown, and went the following week to get blood work and found out I was down to probably less than 5% of kidney function, and I had to go immediately on dialysis. And like you said earlier, my brother Marcus ended up being a perfect match. I think they go on a scale of 0 through 6, and he was a 6 out of 6 as a match for me.
Wow.
And so it was kind of a God thing for that to happen. Me and him didn't have the greatest relationship. Not that it was bad, just he wasn't involved in athletics or sports. He went into the Air Force and was a military guy. You know, obviously Tyrone was a football player and a coach, so we had a little bit more time,
Sure.
a little bit more fun. So for him to be the match, it was awesome. Kind of grew us together a bit more, and got the transplant that summer, recovered a bit, and Coach Bauer made me a GA that fall of 2003, and of all the places I GA'd on defense, and which and ultimately really helped me.
Sure.
I got in the back end with Coach Hobson and with Jay Hobson, and
Jay's a great guy.
he is an awesome guy, and he took me under his wing, and I basically coached the safeties and learned coverages and how to make a little adjustments on the back end, and then Coach Bauer hired me as a tight ends coach the following year, and kind of my coaching career took off after that.
That's incredible. Derrick Nix is going into the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame this weekend. He joins us on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. He's the offensive coordinator at Auburn, which I think they're going to have a really big year. Freeze and Nix and the group that they put together, and I like their schedule too. Derrick joins us on 105.9 The Zone, ESPN. When you from when you had the transplant, like how long did it take you to get to feel a lot better and get healthy, Derrick?
It was amazing. I'll tell you, I when I found out I had to do dialysis, obviously I was sad, but I was feeling so bad. I was probably during that season of 2002, I probably couldn't go back and play no more than 3 plays in a row without having to get a break. And that was after 98, 99, where I basically didn't sub. Right. So it was a big difference in my stamina and being able to play. So when I got to do dialysis, I got into a routine, learned how to do it at home. I was going to class, and I said, you know what? At least I feel better than I did in the fall. I know I could kind of make this last for a long time. I got to the point briefly where I said, man, I don't even know if I want to do the surgery to get the transplant. Well, that was me being naive and not unknowledgeable. As soon as I woke up from the surgery, from the transplant, I can immediately feel a total difference.
Wow.
I mean, just energy, just vigor. I mean, everything that I had been missing, I guess I'd had it so long, man, it just transformed me from the color of my eyes, skin. I mean, everything basically, transformed over that time. And but I can remember waking up from that surgery and immediately feeling different.
Wow. Derrick Nix on the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone, going into the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame this weekend. It's going to be an unbelievable weekend. The drawdown on Friday's phenomenal. Great, great party. And then Saturday morning, the inductees will be at the museum signing autographs, meet and greet. That's awesome. And then that night they'll have the big banquet where they'll be inducted. So it's Dexter McCluster, Steve Freeman, Derrick Nix. I mean, it's an incredible, Steve Reeves. It's an incredible class of very, very accomplished people. We've been involved with this for years, and it's awesome that Derrick is one of the inductees this year. So, so you get Houston Nutt hired you at Ole Miss. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. Was Tyrone already there?
He had already been hired. He may have gotten there maybe a week before I did.
Okay. And then, man, what a run, because you know how hard it is to, I mean, your profession, right? I mean, it's hard to stay somewhere for, I think, almost 15 years or whatever it was, Derrick, but you made it through Nutt, Freeze, Luke, and Kiffin, which says a lot about you as a coach and a recruiter. So, I mean, that's unbelievable. That doesn't happen in this profession.
It doesn't. And, the first thing I do, I have to give credit to God, but he put me where he wanted me. And, I got a chance, like you said earlier, to get in there in front of Coach Nutt, and he hired me right on the spot. And, in between that 16 years I was there, everybody said, man, it was great. You got to stay there that many times. But there was a time I cleaned up that office and went home, and in between some of those hires, and was sitting there, didn't know what the next opportunity is going to be. And in between Coach Nutt and Freeze, we played the Egg Bowl, cleaned out my office, and I'm gone. And probably I don't get hired back until probably like early January with Coach Freeze.
Wow.
I interviewed with him, and he called me back within like 15 minutes and told me, man, the job is mine if I wanted it. And I'm very thankful for that God put it on his heart to hire me, to put me a part of that. That scheme and offense there with him, and
oh yeah,
culture that he established as a team. And that was a 5-year run. And obviously, like you said, we transitioned from Coach Freeze to Coach Luke.
Yeah.
And between Coach Luke and Coach Kiffin, same thing. Didn't get retained initially. Got back and called back. I was about to take a job to go to Texas State to go be a receiver coach there. And Coach Kiffin called me that day and said, hey, man, we got a spot here to be a receiver coach. Hey, I can help you. And I've been doing receivers forever, and ended up working out great 4 years there with Coach Kiffin. And just that whole community there in Oxford, Mississippi, the University of Mississippi. I mean, my wife ended up establishing her identity. She worked at Oxford High School or Oxford Middle, and found our church home. And so it was just an awesome time there.
That's great. Those are some really good coaches you coached with. Wow. Derrick Nix on the Out of Bounds Show, Hall of Famer 2025. He joins us on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. All right, what do you like coaching? I mean, I know you're a great running back, but y'all can coach other positions. What do you like better, running back or wide receiver? Coach. I
really after doing them both, I've coached tight ends, I coach running backs, I coach wide receivers. I probably enjoy on game day, probably wide receivers, especially in today's game, it's more involved.
Sure.
But chasing receivers down between Sunday and Friday is a work in itself. I will say though, probably my heart, you cut me open though, being at running back is my home. And you probably got about 7 or 8 running backs, and I can really be more personable with them and have more one-on-one time, and kind of really, besides the football coach, and be really involved in their lives too. So that part of it makes it fun for me.
Yeah. All right. So walk me through this. So you had Bolden, who went on to play in the NFL. You had Dexter, and you had, I remember Jeff Scott, Jalen Walton. Jeff Scott took a run around the end against Vanderbilt one night to, I guess, win the game for y'all. Do you remember that, Derrick? He
saved that tail. That was the opening game of the season. Yeah. And we called Green 9, thinking that we're going to just be able to go get a few yards, and he's going to get out of the bounds, ran it to the left sideline, and which is Powell Reed. And lo and behold, he made a guy miss, cut back, and like you said, he flipped the field and scored a touchdown, and we win. And tell you what, remarkable player. But yeah, Brandon Bolden, awesome adult man now. And then obviously he had a great opportunity to coach Dexter. And my biggest job with coaching Dexter is just making sure he gets to the bus on time. So he was very, very talented.
Yeah, so talk about that. I mean, that guy could do so many different – he was a Swiss Army knife for you in Houston Nutt. I mean, that was kind of new and cool, the Wildcat thing that he was – I guess he started doing it with McFadden and Felix, and then y'all took it over to Ole Miss with Dexter and others. Is that right, Derrick?
That's correct. Coach Nutt had huge success at Arkansas with McFadden and Felix Jones and Peyton Hillis with that formation. And brought it over to Ole Miss, and Dexter and Brandon Bolden kind of shared it, and obviously Dexter had a bulk of success with it, and he could line up a receiver. I think Dexter, to this day, I know somebody else may have done it now, but I know he was the first player to rush for 1,000 yards and catch for 500 in one season in the SEC. And what I remember about Dexter is just his heart, man, and his want to, besides the ability he had. Because Dexter wasn't a huge guy, but he could make you miss. He had good instincts. He was quick. He was fast, and he played with a lot of toughness. And that is what I remember. And he never complained. Just said, "Coach, what do I do?" And obviously, you like coaching those type of kids.
Yeah, with Dexter, when did you know? Was it spring practice or was it the season when you said, "Wow, this guy's a difference maker"?
Probably in a practice, probably into a fall camp, and we figured out early that we got to create some different ways besides this guy just lining up a receiver to get him the ball.
Yeah.
And it was probably after about game 3 or 4 of 2008 that we moved him to the running back room full time. And we wanted to be in there where he could work on ball security stuff too, and get in pass protection stuff, and to go along with his receiving skills, and also just get him used to being a full-time running back, and did that. And then obviously in the 2009 season, he kind of took off and furthered that start in 2008.
Have you talked to him lately?
I have not. Probably the last time I seen him and talked to him, we were at an Ole Miss game, and I think it might have been for an LSU, maybe at the 2022 season.
Okay.
He was there, and I got a chance to talk with him for a brief moment.
When we're visiting with Derrick Nix, star running back at Southern Miss, longtime coach in the state of Mississippi at Southern Miss and Ole Miss, now offensive coordinator at Auburn. He joins us on ESPN 105.9 The Zone. When Nutt first showed you or the offensive staff what y'all were going to do with the Wildcat, what was your initial reaction, Derrick?
I was so young at the time, and I was 27, 28 years old. It was all intriguing to me because it was, something I had never done. But obviously it was featuring the tailback, and, it's kind of just a +1 type run. So we could do all of our normal offense, running power, running counter, running inside zone, running jet sweep, and the tailback was at the control center of it. So it was all exciting to me and brand new.
Wow, that's so cool. How good was Jalen Walton? That dude could do it all. Good.
He could do it all, and he's another one that's in that mold of Dexter, just tough, man. There's smaller guys for a while. They said, "Well, Coach Nix, how come you don't recruit any guys that look like you?" And I said, "Well, these guys here, man, they're fast, they're hard to see, and they're extremely tough." And Jalen, man, he put in the work too. That's probably the other thing, is just the mindset of these kids. They wanted to go be the very best, and Jalen had all of those characteristics of work ethic, working in the weight room, studying film, and just trying to be elite at his craft.
Yeah, Derrick Nix on the Out of Bounds Show. Awesome. Well, are you fired up about Jackson Arnold and 2025 for War Eagle Nation?
I am. I'm very excited. I think our staff, starting with Coach Freeze, and our assistant coach did a great job, and our recruiting staff did a great job going out in the off season and filling in the necessary holes on our roster and retaining the guys we need to come back from last season. Our guys, I got to give them credit. They've worked extremely hard in the off season, did a good job in spring, and have carried it over this summer, and eager to get started. We all the kids report tomorrow, and
oh, nice.
And we'll get going full time on Wednesday.
Okay. Well, it's going to be exciting. Baylor, man. Starting off with Aranda and Sawyer Robertson. So that's going to be one of the better games week 1. So, Derrick Nix, congratulations. Well-deserved Hall of Fame induction. And I know you're excited about the weekend to see friends and family.
I am. Thank you so much for having me on.
Thanks, Coach. Coach Derrick Nix on the Out of Bounds Show. ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Unbelievable star running back for Southern Miss. Then went through the kidney disease. eventually gets a kidney transplant from his brother, Marcus. Boom, gets healthy and has a great coaching career at Southern Miss. I tell you what, Houston Nutt hiring Derrick Nix helped a lot of coaches at Ole Miss. Not just Houston, but Hugh Freeze, Matt Luke, and Lane Kiffin. Because Derrick Nix brought in a running ton of talent to Ole Miss over whatever he said, 16 years.
Yeah.
Which was, he's the best, he's the best recruiter, maybe the best assistant coach recruiter in the history of the state.
Yes.
We've had some good ones. Tony Hughes but like Jacob Peeler didn't have, he was phenomenal. So was Matt Luke. But not quite, although Matt was there for a while, not quite the longevity. But those three
Matt.
were insane.
Matt has to get some credit, though. Tunsil, technically, O-line.
That was Kiffin's brother. That was Chris Kiffin.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Chris
that's right.
Kiffin was the lead recruiter.
On Laramie.
I'm pretty sure on Laramie.
Wow, I forgot about Chris Kiffin.
He worked for Freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I completely forgot.
But look, Matt Luke was awesome too.
Yeah.
But Derrick Nix for 16 years, he was a thorn in Mississippi State side and Bama, Auburn, LSU, and others. And now he's at Auburn as the offensive coordinator. They're going to win games. They know it.
Yeah.
Freeze, DJ Durkin, and Derrick Nix are going to win games.
Give me the over on whatever it is.
Oh, yeah. Let's look at
I
that.
think 7.5. Last time I looked.
Circa's got it at
7.5. Yeah. Oh.
I'm going over on that because I think they can go 8-4.
Now to win $100.
No, they are going 8-4. They may do better than that, but they're going 8-4.
It is heavily favored.
That sounds like somebody's giving away money.
Well, it's minus 168, so you got to put 168 up to win 100, as opposed to everybody else's, like 110, a little juicier.
Got it.
So it is kind of favored. Now I'm sure you could find an alternate line at 8.5, and then I'm not. Yeah, but then it could be like plus 300.
Oh, I got you. Then I may be woolly again. Okay.
If it's plus 300, I'm willing to take it.
Okay.
I like them to win 9. You're favored in 10.
Ole Miss is a favorite in 11 of their 12 games. Now, I think some will be very close, like Florida at home, LSU at home, at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Those will be, but at Georgia, they'll be an underdog.
Okay, 1.
And then we'll see.
Yep.
We'll see. Derrick Nix, a former star running back at Southern Miss, longtime assistant at Ole Miss, now offensive coordinator at Auburn. He joined us on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. Bundle your auto and home and save. Go local, go with the home team. As Jake Mangum likes to tell us, Farm Bureau Insurance. We're live in the Bank Plus studio.
WRKS Pickens Jackson.
All systems go.
Live from the Whiskey 61 Lounge inside the Bank Plus studio.
This is Sound Warning.
Live in the studio.
It's the Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds. Streaming live worldwide on the Out of Bounds radio app. And on your radio at ESPN 105.9.
All set? Let's go.
The Zone.
Oh, man, that was fun. Good morning. Welcome in to the Out of Bounds Show. I'm your host, Bo Bounds. 105.9 The Zone, ESPN. Friday Night Lights, MRA football. Madison Ridgeland Academy football. Their schedule is insane. Saturday's football season, Mississippi State football. Jeff Lebby has an unbelievable opportunity to go 4-0 to start the year. Sundays on 105.9 The Zone, ESPN, the New Orleans Saints, which has been a really good pickup, and the feedback has been strong. Ole Miss and Mississippi State fans listening to 105.9 The Zone, ESPN, as they drive back into the Jackson metro area, which is awesome. So that's the lineup. Also, the show is driven by your next Mahindra tractor at Hartley Equipment in Gluckstadt on Church Road if you need to manage 15, 20, 25 acres. Mahindra tractors powered by Hartley Equipment. Hartley Equipment. Shop smartly. Shop Hartley. Hartley Equipment, Gluckstadt, Church Road. And, of course, zero-turn Exmark lawnmowers, zero-turn Skag lawnmowers, and zero-turn Bad Boy lawnmowers, all at Hartley Equipment in Gluckstadt. Want to say good morning, welcome in. We are the Out of Bounds Show, 105.9 The Zone, ESPN. That was an awesome interview. Derrick Nix was great. Golly, he was good. What a great player. Unbelievable coach. You know, success and made a fortune. I don't know what he's 1.5 to 2 million at Auburn. Ole Miss was sad to see him go. He did a great job for 16 years for Houston. Dale Nutt, Hugh Freeze, Matt Luke, and Lane Kiffin. He brought in a ton of talent, more than anybody else. One of our texters, Wes, made a great point. I was trying to go through, Tony Hughes, longtime coach, did an amazing job pumping talent to the Mississippi State program. Matt Luke was amazing as a recruiter for Ole Miss. Jim Tompkins under Felker and Sherrill, but really made his hay in the 90s. But Melvin Smith was one that I forgot about, thanks to Wes in St. Louis listening to the show. Melvin Smith coached at Ole Miss, then moved over to Mississippi State, and he brought in some players for a while. Yeah. So, you can throw, there's a bunch of the, Tuberville had some great recruiters on his staff because they turned that thing around. Of course, and Tuberville was like Mullen. They were unbelievable at evaluating talent. Not that Freeze was bad by any stretch or Kiffin by any stretch, but Tuberville and Mullen were I'm not saying that I think we go overboard. Their guys weren't all overlooked, but they were able to get some serious juice out of 3-star and low 4-star players. Tuberville and Mullen were amazing at evaluating players and finding them and getting them in the program and getting them better, and developing them. And I'd say Derrick is the best recruiter in the history of the state. But, yeah, you got to throw in Melvin Smith, Matt Luke, Jim Tompkins. I mentioned Tony Hughes. Jacob Peeler was incredible. How Mississippi State never hired him, I don't know. He's tied to Mississippi State. I don't know of another program that makes it harder than it is. Again, if they operated like Mississippi State basketball, then God knows how good they could be. Or now Mississippi. Everybody needs to just go to the church of Brian O'Connor. And what I mean by that is just shadow Brian O'Connor for 72 hours. If I was the athletic director at Mississippi State, I'd just grab all my coaches and say, I want you to go spend 72 hours with Brian O'Connor and his staff. And then afterwards, I want to meet with all y'all for 15 minutes. And you tell me your 3 biggest takeaways from spending 3 days with him. It's on campus. You don't even have to, how companies go to conferences and fly 8 states over and everybody tries to learn something new. You bring in motivational speaker, this and that. You got a top 3 baseball coach. He's one of the best coaches in America, regardless of, Kiffin. Kiffin and O'Connor are ballers, both top 1% in their profession. You got him on campus. I'd send people over there. Hey, you're going 72 hours, workforce training, continuing ed, whatever in the hell all these, things we've come up with over the years. This is what you're going to do. You're going to hang out for 3 days with Brian O'Connor and his staff. I happened to have an interaction with one of his assistant coaches just on a whim. These guys operate at a extraordinarily high level. They're no BS. It's not surprising they went to 7 College World Series, Jackson, at Virginia, and played for 2 national titles and won 1. When I was interacting with this guy, I thought, okay, now I see what people have told me in Starkville. And Mississippi State fans don't like to hype anything. Ole Miss will hype anything and everything.
Yeah.
Mississippi State fans need to learn how to hype.
Yep.
And you've got a guy who is you've got a national championship coach that is Saban-like on campus. I'd send every one of my coaches over there. Spend 3 days with this guy. Be a sponge, please. Tell me what you come up with. Come back, visit with me for 15 minutes. Tell me what you learned.
I feel like
if you didn't learn anything, that's fine. I may kind of make a note of that, put it in my back pocket as to whatever sport you coach and see what plays out. But, what are your 3 takeaways from spending 3 days with someone? You can have lunch with somebody and learn something.
Right.
You can have dinner. You can run into somebody in an airport or a hotel lobby and learn something. You spend 3 days with Brian O'Connor. I'd pay money, lots of money, to spend 3 days to shadow him. We got to shadow Dan one day, and I thought that was insanity. Me and Bartu, or Bartu and I. And Dan's wicked focused and wicked organized and wicked intense. Woo! Even I nothing was on the line for me, and he couldn't fire me. And I felt, you could feel the presence and tension and sense of, which I love. You could feel the sense of urgency. I'm told that Brian O'Connor's sense of urgency on a scale of 1 to 10 is 100. That the man is I have somebody that's been around him a good bit, and they're like, I haven't seen him smile. I'm like, I love it. I want a throat cutter, relentless, ruthless pursuit to get to Omaha. That is it. Period. End of discussion. That's it. The Golden Moon Casino text line. We got to send Jackson Meadows back up to the moon. And Geyser Falls.
That's it.
I've got some passes.
Time to go.
The Golden Moon Casino text line is 601-885-3776. Twitter X @BoBounds. And the Mango Cart caller line. That is great beer. Mango Cart caller line. They've got it on tap at Martin's in Livingston. 601-707-3750. Here we go. The Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. I'm your host, Bo Bounds, and welcome in. Good morning. Jackson Meadows is with us. I think he's kind of into the show today. I don't know.
Yeah, 7 out of 10 today.
Are you?
Nah, it's more. I don't know. Nick's put me up there, man.
Did he?
Like that was very good. You know, between him and why am I going blank on the Southern Miss?
Oh,
Jay.
Jay Hobson?
Oh, sorry, Charles HoF.
Oh, yeah, Charles Huff.
Between those two interviews, man, those were really, really good.
Huff was
so
really good.
Both times.
Yeah.
The first time we had him for just the spurt, the 24-minute, he was really good, but the hour-long was also really, really good.
Yeah, that's right. He joined us live in Hattiesburg at Spring Street Cigars, kind enough to come over and hang out with us and work the crowd.
Go figure.
He gets it for sure. He's really, really good with people. He'll stop and talk to anybody. And a lot of excitement down there. Mississippi State will play Southern Miss week 1, Labor Day weekend, 11 a.m. at the Rock. Week 1, 11 a.m. It will be, I know it'll be hot as hell. It will be packed. And we'll see. Jeff Levy against Charles Huff.
If for some reason Huff pulls that off, can you imagine how packed week 2 would be down there?
I don't know where they play. Do they have another home game?
Yeah, I was thinking what their next home game or something.
Yeah, their next home game will be packed. Yeah. I think they're going to win a bunch of games this year.
Maybe not that one, but
I don't know. I wouldn't lay the points.
I'm not
13 and a half.
Wouldn't touch
I'm not laying them.
No, sir. I don't trust that.
Should Mississippi State win by that many or more? Yes, but that doesn't mean anything.
No.
And with Huff bringing in all those Marshall players and others that won the Sun Belt, including his quarterback, who's preseason Sun Belt Offensive Player of the Year.
That's right.
Uh,
It goes back to handicapping these teams.
You know,
how do you do it?
I don't know how you do it.
Like I would love to know how.
But
the
I think they
Sharps
won
really
2 games last year. I would think Southern Miss wins 8.
8, yeah.
This year. If he wins more than that, there's a good, it's a catch-22. You want to win. You just have to see what opens up. If he wins 8 or 9, if Arkansas or Mississippi State opens, you need to what? Now, John Summerall is going to be the toast of the town. Now, the problem is Summerall may take a step back, and he may not. He may just be that. I mean, Tulane got raided because when you win, he won at Troy. He's won at Tulane. Now, they just picked up the BYU quarterback that got rung up for not doing their
honor code.
Honor code. Thank you.
Come on.
And so Tulane picked him up. He's a good football player.
Yeah, good pick.
And at that level,
hey,
you get a dude that can just side yard football you.
Win it.
You can beat a bunch of people on your team, but I don't know how to handicap Tulane's team either because I damn sure don't even know how to handicap Mississippi State or Ole Miss with the portal.
It's incredible.
Yeah, but Summerall is the toast of the town right now in college football. I can't believe MSU passed on him, but there's some others that have, and people talk about how he wants the Kentucky job because he's a Kentucky guy. Well, that's fine. If you're Arkansas or someone else and you get him, you just and he takes it, you just put a huge buyout in it where Kentucky has to pay you.
Yep.
And if he does decide to leave, you get $6 to $7 million, and it puts you in an even better position when you go get your next guy. Mm-hmm. It's part of it. But John Summerall at Tulane he's one of the guys. I don't know about Signetti, but he's older. And look, mid-60s now doesn't mean a damn thing with the way people are taking care of themselves. He landed another quarterback that people are, I don't know how, at Indiana. If they win again this year, I'm just telling y'all, watch out. I don't care if he's 64. He's got a massive chip on his shoulder, which I'm okay with. He got passed over for years. And he finally took a crappy job at like IU, Pennsylvania or something. I don't remember what it was called. And won, and then went to James Madison, and now he's at Indiana. I'm telling you, if he wins one more year, I don't think he's staying in Bloomington, Indiana. I don't. But he landed another QB. But I don't know how. He did. Keep an eye on him. I'd hire him. I don't care.
Why not?
64, I don't care. You won 80% of your games, I'm hiring you.
Yeah.
I mean, you watch the guy, he's got plenty of energy, plenty of focus, plenty of drive. But Kurt Cignetti is a dude. He is. And
he's going to hurt feelings again this year. I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wonder what a successful season looks like for Indiana.
7-5.
I mean, that's what I would say, right?
I mean, look what they did last year, though. They made the playoffs.
Right. I mean, they have a pathetic schedule.
Oh, God. Do you have it?
Yes. Give me just.
All
I
right.
mean, I see that. Yeah. Go ahead.
Live in the Bank Plus studio, we are the Out of Bounds Show. Speaking of football, if you want the best TV watching experience, call Jake Manning, MSSmartHomes.com. We have the Sonos surround sound in our living room, kitchen, and in my man room. It's awesome for movies, for Spotify, and for the games. All powered by Mississippi Smart Homes. MSSmartHomes.com. Get the Sonos surround system for your home before football season. MSSmartHomes.com. All right. Give me September.
We'll start August 30. They host Old Dominion.
W.
Indiana.
Maybe that's where he was.
September
He was
6th.
at James Madison. It's one of those Mid-Atlantic. Go ahead.
Next week, he hosts Kennesaw State.
W.
Host Indiana State.
W.
Host Illinois.
I don't know.
That's a close one, right?
Brett Bielema and Cignetti have both done a phenomenal job at two brutal places to win in Champaign, Illinois, and Bloomington, Indiana. Go ahead.
Afterwards, they go to Iowa.
Winnable?
Yeah, very winnable. They couldn't play offense last year. Then they go to Oregon, which obviously should be an L.
Ooh. Yeah, Dan Lanning
Take an L there.
has loaded the boat out there.
They host Michigan State, who has not been very good as of late. They've been
Who
meh.
did? I can't remember.
Who
Okay.
replaced him?
No. Michigan State. Go ahead.
That's
the dude that was at Oregon State.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Then they
He
host,
should, if he would have waited like 5 more seconds, he'd have taken was it the Washington job that opened up when Kalen DeBoer left? Yeah. Anyway.
host UCLA, winnable ball game.
They should win that game.
They'll be favorited. Then they go to Maryland. They'll be favorited at Maryland.
Favorite, yeah.
They host.
Loxley's done a little bit more than I thought, but go ahead.
Go to Penn State. They'll lose.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, they should lose, but who knows?
Host Wisconsin, probably a toss-up.
Yeah, Luke Fickell at Wisconsin has that thing going, but that's a toss-up game.
Then head to Purdue.
Barry Odom is now at Purdue after winning 11 games at UNLV. Talking about a brutal place to win. After winning 11 games at UNLV, Barry Odom took the Purdue job. I'd have waited, but anyway, talking about a tough West Lafayette, Indiana. Good hell. We are the Out of Bounds Show. Lunch today is brought to you by Taste Italian Restaurant. The feedback's been amazing. Right there in the Renaissance. Beautiful place. Amazing pasta. The sandwiches are great. Open for lunch and dinner. Taste Italian Restaurant in the Renaissance. Check it out this week. Good morning. Out of bounds, 105.9 The Zone ESPN. Brought to you by Pearl River Resort. Can't wait to get back up there. They've had a big month with the Choctaw Indian Fair and Neshoba County Fair. And once that all gets done, we'll turn the page and we will be there at the sports book and on the back porch of Dancing Rabbit Golf Club. And, of course, I have to have the ribeye at Philip M's. But book your stay and play, pearlriverresort.com or dancingrabbitgolf.com, whichever direction you want to go. We're 105.9 The Zone ESPN. We'll have MRA football on Friday nights, Mississippi State football on Saturdays, and New Orleans Saints football on Sunday. That's all on ESPN 105.9 The Zone. And more importantly, you'll have Out of Bounds Monday through Friday, 7 to 10 a.m. I think this is my 23rd season on the air. I'm at to count. 22nd or 23rd. Going to Kentucky next week to pick out an Elijah Craig barrel pick. Have not done that at Elijah Craig. Had an opportunity to do it at Four Roses several times, at Wild Turkey / Russell's Reserve several times, and Wilderness Trail. And now I get to go to Elijah Craig, official bourbon of the Out of Bounds show, official bourbon of the PGA and the Ryder Cup. And I can't wait to go up there next week and, sip on some good bourbon and basically just Jeff Ruby's will never be the same.
No.
And
burn it down.
Yeah, we'll just have to burn it down. It'll never be the same.
Well, you should do it.
And may have to get in front of
the Pope.
I may have to get in front of Jeff Brom.
Yeah. Teach him something, man.
How's he at Louisville? I know that's his alma mater, but that's another one, man. If you're Arkansas, you have if Sam. Not that I wish Sam Pittman to get fired, but if he does get fired, you got to go get Jeff Brom or John Summerall. You got to make it to where, I don't know if Jeff would leave because he may sit there and go, hey, I'm in the ACC.
Yeah.
All right, even though I'm at Louisville, we've proven we can win some. I know we're not a football school, never will be, but the path of least resistance is so much better at U of L over Arkansas. So Jeff Brom at Louisville, John Summerall at Tulane. There's some others. Well, we mentioned Signetti at Indiana. Age may play a factor. I don't know if you care. I mean, you're looking at 4 years.
That's all you need.
I can tell you this, just watching him in his press conferences last year. I mean, the man is full of urine and vinegar. So he's not slowing down. And he's a guy that didn't get a chance until late in life. And he's making the most of it at Indiana. Who else? Is there anybody else in the ACC? Rhett Lashley is an interesting name at SMU. Because, first of all, they went to the college football playoff last year. Now, here's the flip side. He's in the ACC too. And that group, SMU Mustangs alums, have a ton of money. So he's never going to want for anything, right?
Shouldn't.
I mean, to get in the ACC, they said we won't take media rights payments for like 7 years.
Yeah.
And
that's crazy.
They raised $200 million in a minute and a half. So they could be dangerous. They may be one of the new kids on the block. I know they won 100 years ago under Dickerson and, so on. But they may be one of the new ones that, because it doesn't matter what you did the last 60 years, if you just commit and understand how to work the portal, you can win. SMU may be one of the ones that gets rolled. Texas Tech, we'll see what they do in a week conference in the Big 12. It's where if you put it together, look at Arizona State last year. If you put it together with just a few players, I mean, they had an edge rusher, a good quarterback, a hell of a running back, and they believed in themselves and just started winning in a conference that was, down. Kansas State, Kansas, TCU, Baylor, Iowa State, Arizona. So, boom.
That's literally how it went. They believed in themselves and boom.
Yeah. Well, you believe in yourself.
I've never not. I told you I live by a strict motto of if I don't believe in myself, why in the world should you?
Yeah. I like that.
I mean, that's how I feel. If I don't think I can do something, you sure shouldn't think I can do it.
Yeah.
But if I think I can do it, you ought to at least give me the benefit of the doubt, right?
And let's switch gears here. You went to sushi on Saturday night, but didn't eat sushi.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I technically ate
You
sushi.
ate
It was a
banana
roll.
fried tempura.
Yeah, we had a roll.
Oh, you did have the catfish roll.
Yeah,
Is that what you told me later?
It's the Mississippi roll or something like that.
Mississippi roll.
Yeah, it's really good.
At Sakura. Okay.
Mackenzie had a spicy tuna roll.
Yeah, well, those are good. That's a solid order.
I guess.
Did you get any edamame?
Edamame and miso.
Okay.
Love miso soup.
And sake? No sake.
No sake. Damn. Love miso though.
I do too. I can drink like 3 of them.
I swear. I don't know what it is.
It's crazy.
And when I'm sick,
and you just put a little bit of the green soy
red
in there.
Give me all the salt.
And I don't want salt.
Well, sodium.
And oh yeah, God, how are you just an animal with soy sauce?
I love soy sauce.
Because I mean, as much salt and sugar as we need to ask if like there's a physician listening that would do all the tests on you.
Yeah, I would love to that.
Just because of as much fast food and sweets, gobstoppers and all this garbage,
right.
Sweet tarts or whatever the hell you eat.
Mm-hmm. I mean, be a good case study.
Yeah.
You want to see how resilient the human body is.
Is that you?
I don't know. Of course it is. Resilience at its finest.
What'd you eat yesterday?
Banana sandwich.
Okay.
A piece of pizza.
Okay.
A bunch of pineapple with tahini on top of it, which is phenomenal.
Is this like some kind of spice that's really good for you?
Tahini, it's like, it's kind of red peppery. It's like
cayenne pepper's great for you.
So it's the Mexican version of it. What you do, just dump a little bit on some pineapple.
Oh, did you get that from Roger?
Oh,
okay.
That was a California thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Lime, chili peppers, and salt. Okay. That's what it is. Mexican seasoning.
So you did some pineapple yesterday?
Yeah, I love pineapple.
Did you put a little Tito's on it?
No.
Oh, damn.
But we also have a big watermelon at the house, too, so I need to get that together.
Oh. You know what you can do? You can cut it up.
Put a hole in it.
And, or you can just get a jar. And cut up the watermelon.
Yeah.
And put Tito's in the jar, put watermelon in it, close it, put it in the refrigerator, let it sit for 24 hours.
And boom.
Yeah.
Infusion.
Yeah. Then you're rolling. You got a little cocktail.
Sounds dangerous.
Well, again,
as much as I like watermelon,
I mean, you need to sip, not chug.
Well, I mean, you
remember
the
time I took you out and you thought you were supposed to chug red wine?
I'm still not.
I was like, no, dude, we sip it, and you wanted to drink it out of the bottle, and I was like, let's pour it in a Riedel, and let's sip it.
I don't know why.
Yeah, well, we were breaking the Clinton out of you.
It's gonna be tough.
I mean, because when you were growing up, you couldn't even get a glass of wine in Clinton.
I wonder I don't know where you would have gotten one.
Actually,
yeah, there was.
Did the Applebee's serve booze?
Oh yeah. Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's why everybody went.
Oh, that's why. Yeah. After everybody went to church and got the holy water,
right?
Then you went to Applebea's and you got the other holy water. Ice cold Budweisers or Tito's.
I mean, honestly, Applebee's kind of, it transcended religion. It brought all of them together.
It connected people.
Yeah, it may be a religion in its own.
So basically, you're saying the boneless wings was a spiritual experience for you.
So, I mean, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know how it's not.
who knew?
Well, Applebee's.
I don't like. I'm not into bone. I want.
Not anymore.
I want wings.
Well, yeah.
In fact, I'm kind of craving some wings from Martin's.
Those are good wings.
I tell you what, I'm craving wings from Martin's and Two Brothers.
Yep.
Man,
Crave those all the time, though. Good wings.
oh yeah, this is a great idea. The men's clinic will do all the tests. We can see where you are.
Ugh. I think it's one of those deals where I just don't want to do that because it's like taking your car to the shop. You take it.
I got you.
Thing's wrong.
War Eagle Rich was like, hey, the men's clinic in Madison and the men's clinic in Brandon, helping men through the aging process. We can get the numbers from them for you.
I'm not opposed.
They'll do all that.
Yeah, I'm not opposed.
Yeah.
I'll hear it out.
So did you just hang out at the house yesterday?
Yeah, we didn't do anything. Yeah.
What time did you get up?
At 12:30, 1 o'clock. It was early for a
I'd
Sunday.
already driven home from Starkville.
It was early for a Sunday.
Yeah, that is early for you.
Took it easy, watched some TV, and just hung.
Took it easy.
Didn't need to do anything else. It was hot outside.
We got home and we had to. Wendy had not been home in like 9 days. She'd been in Disney World, drove into Starkville. We went to our friend's wedding. Again, Blueberry Farms is really cool. And we did all that. And then kind of Wendy whipped the house in shape. And then we got out on the boat.
Nice. Well, that's how you're supposed to do it.
It felt good, actually. I mean, moving. And there was some cloud coverage back and forth. And then we jumped in the water for a little while. We had a couple of friends meet up and did a little floating grounding. So it was a nice Sunday. And then Wendy made it a taco Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah. We had both kids. Wilkes had been out of town. Ella Hall had been with Wendy in Disney World. And we had both kids in town last night. They're about to
Yeah, buddy.
Head
They're
out.
about to take off.
Yeah. Because we got to move Wilkes in Friday.
He's getting out of the house?
Yeah, well, like move him into his next Starkville place. He lived in the SAE house last year,
not staying in
but
the
now
SAE
he's
house.
staying in a house off campus. Yeah.
Good
Which
idea.
probably going to be a disaster, but whatever. Drew in Atlanta on Jackson Meadows and his palate. Does he eat his steak well done?
Depends on the day. No.
Bo, you should take Jackson to get beef carpaccio at Kessler Prime. I should. Okay. Drew, you're spot on, my man.
Yeah, we talked about this.
If I take you and pay for it, you have to at least try it.
I'll definitely do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I told you, I think I've had it before, and I think I remember liking it. I ate it on
Beef
accident.
carpaccio. Oh, it's so good.
I probably thought it was a pepperoni or
I
something.
mean, it's like, yeah, you probably
thought it was a pepperoni.
you probably did.
Like, all right.
But you don't eat your steak well done.
God, no.
No, he doesn't, Drew. I mean, we've got him. We've got him.
Never seen me order a steak anything over medium rare.
Yeah, I mean, you can go to medium,
Depends.
but we got to stop there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris, who used to work at Kessler, was right. You can take it up to medium,
Yeah, that's fine.
but rare. If I'm going to go rare, I want it seared. If I'm medium rare, I want it seared.
Yeah.
And medium, I don't. I'll do it every now and then. I guess if like I'm splitting a steak with Wendy. She likes it a little more than I do because I can go just raw.
That's disgusting.
Isn't that awesome?
That is disgusting.
And then rare. And then you can say Pittsburgh, but I think you can go seared Pittsburgh like Jeff Jones. And we talked to Jeff Jones about, you can get it seared rare or seared medium rare, and it's still fabulous.
Yeah. But it needs to be
If you're at a
seared.
good steak, like let's say I'm at Jeff Ruby's next week. probably going to have to go seared rare or seared medium rare. Yeah.
Not well done.
No. Hell no. I love this from Land Rebel. Shout out to Dancing Rabbit Golf Club. Headed to play there now in a heat wave. All right. You'll still have fun. Clubhouse is great. Their bar menu is really good. They probably still have their breakfast sandwiches out at, I know they do, at Dancing Rabbit Golf Club, Land Rebel. And then lunch at the Turn. You can't go wrong with the cheeseburger, but they've got some other sandwiches that are fantastic. And the ladies that work in the bar and grill at Dancing Rabbit Golf Club are sweet as can be. They're awesome. But there's something about, we've got great partners with breakfast, like Martin's Market in front of Martin's in Livingston. They do grab and go breakfast sandwiches every day. But they've got this little grab and go thing at Dancing Rabbit Golf Club, so that if you're playing in the morning and teeing off anywhere between like 7 a.m. and probably 10:30ish, you can grab a breakfast biscuit, which is great.
Yeah.
Hey, do we have the stuff that we mentioned? All right, let's switch gears. Pete Golding was on a show, and this was an unbelievable answer, I thought, where, let me pull this up so I can give these guys credit. He was on, well, I'll figure it out. Anyway, he was at Delta State, and they interviewed him, and they asked him about the difference between coaching at Delta State and in the SEC at Alabama and Ole Miss. And I thought Pete Golding, defensive coordinator at Ole Miss, gave an unbelievable answer. This is Golding.
Chance Albersworth. And you've been in that role here at Delta State. And you've had success in that role there, as well as at Ole Miss and in Alabama. What's the difference in coaching at Delta State, coordinating that defense, and then in the SEC?
Yeah, I think as far as how you're running it and all that, I think it's very similar. I think the difference that helped me start in Division II was like, you got to look at what a player can do, not what he can't do. Mm-hmm. And especially at this level, you got a lot of guys, let's take a defensive lineman, like some of them were based down run defenders, right? Well, most of those guys didn't have pass rush ability too, right? Or they wouldn't have been at this level. They would have been at a higher level. So you'd had to get multiple in packages and identify roles for guys. Hey, you're based down. Hey, you're in the Rhino package, right? Hey, you're in the Cheetah package, right? This can be your role this week. It's going to be third down. We're going to move you around. So I think it really helped me as a coach look at what players can do and what's their skill set. Now let's create a package, right? And when they're in the game, all right, here's my menu, right? I'm going to call from based on what they do well. Instead of trying to say, hey, here's my defense and trying to fit players within your defense that don't have the skill set and don't have the ability to do it.
All right. So I thought that was, first of all, he quoted me. How many times have I talked about you focus on what people can do instead of what they can't do in life or business or sports? Yep. I love that from Pete Golding. I've said that on the and no wonder he nailed it. We'll get the rest of it. Do we have it? Yeah. All right. This is Pete Golding continuing to talk about the difference between Delta State and the SEC, but this guy has come so far as a coach.
So that was kind of my struggle when I got to Alabama, because having been D2, 1AA, and mid-major, they're all very similar, right? Everybody's not great at everything. So you package it and you're playing multiple different people within a game, right, based on what personnel on the down and distance and all that. And then when you got to Bama, it was very NFL, to where it was height, weight, speed, block protection, pass, and you had to check all the boxes. And if you didn't check all the boxes, you didn't play. And that was hard for me as a coach, right, to manage the room, to get guys to practice hard and would come and like, hey, prepare like a starter when they know they're not going to play, because there was still something, there was a deficiency still there, right, that they hadn't met yet. And now that was pre-portal, right? So those guys really couldn't go anywhere, right, which made it a little easier. But, that's the difference for me now is we play 26 to 28 guys, even at Ole Miss on game day. And we look at it, it's like if you're making plays for us, right, more plays for us than you are against us, you're going to play. We call it winning football. So if you're in the green from a production standpoint, you're going to have a role on game day. And what I feel like in the locker room and in the media rooms is just completely different morale, because they know they have a role, right? They know they're going to play, so they practice hard, right? They come in, they prepare like a starter because they are. Now, it could be one of 10 different packages, and it might be 12 plays of the game. but they know what their role is and they know they're going to play. So I think being at this level really helped me do that, right, from a package standpoint. But I think at the end of the day, I think regardless of the level, the players want to get coached hard. I think they want to get held accountable. I think what's been lost some is people think you can't discipline players and coach hard like, we did growing up and all that. And I think it's bullshit. I think that's what they want. And we don't hide that in recruiting. We're very upfront in a recruiting standpoint. Like, we want guys that are tough, competitive, wired the right way, that love football. And if you're not, you shouldn't come here.
So that was that answer was incredible. I'm jealous, but Ole Miss has an unbelievable coach that really has developed into a top defensive coordinator. If he's not top 10, he's top 15 in the country. And then you think about, he's a recruiting madman. Now, he's telling people that their front seven is going to be better. We'll see without Walter Nolan, Chris Paul, and some others. But either way, they're very talented. And Ole Miss, man, they've got their best OC-DC pairing in the history of the school. Even better than Freeze and Womack, which was good. Even better than Kiffin and Durkin. Well, that may be a push because Durkin's really good, but whatever. Durkin and Golding are excellent. So Kiffin, he had that one little year in between, right?
That's right.
So he hired Durkin. He brought in those Krim and somebody else, co-DCs. It was solid, but it wasn't what he wanted. And then he brought in, Golding was ready to get out of Tuscaloosa, and, Saban grinds on you. And and Golding played at Delta State, ties to Mississippi, and wife's tied, and so on.
Grinds on you. Is that like Brian Kelly grinding? Different grind?
That's a different grind.
Okay, cool. Let's make sure.
Yeah. I think Brian Kelly's going to be just fine. It may be real close, but it doesn't matter. First of all, he didn't go 6-6 last year. He went 9-3. I know it was disappointing for LSU fans. I know they haven't done what they wanted to do. I know they don't care about going 9-3, but and Kelly doesn't have near the staff that Kiffin has, but they have really good players. Really good players.
Yeah.
So at Ole Miss, you want really good play, but you got to be really good coaches, and that's what they've got right now. Kiffin and Golding, best OC-DC pairing in the history of the state.
Yeah.
Dan had it for, Mullen and Jeff Collins was that would be probably 1A. Mullen and Jeff Collins. But Kiffin and Golding, the best pairing in the history of the state. Yeah. Because Jackie never really had an offensive coordinator that was really, really good. Jolie Dunn worked for him. Tuberville. He had a pretty damn good OC-DC pairing, but that was different age. So I'd go Kiffin Golding, Mullen Collins. Are we done? All right, lunch today brought to you by Burgers, Blues Barbecue, Dogwood, Flowwood. We'll see you tomorrow.